Less than a year after entering World War II, the U.S. faced a labor shortage, primarily in the agricultural industry. To replace the laborers now drafted overseas, the U.S. government reached out to their southern neighbor for help. On August 4, 1942, Mexico and the United States signed the Mexican Farm Labor Agreement, also known as the Bracero Program. The Bracero Program offered employment to Mexican laborers in the United States, promising a minimum wage of the prevailing local rate, health care equal to that of American workers, a portion of the wages sent to accounts in Mexico for their return, and transportation to the worksite at the start of the season and back home at the end, with employers required to provide free housing with sanitary and acceptable conditions to the workers and decent, adequate meals. The agreement also guaranteed protection against race-based discrimination, promising the Jim Crow laws of the time that hindered and constrained Black Americans would not apply to the Mexican workers. Millions of Mexican laborers responded to the SOS of the United States, providing workers for the fields and railroads as well as other industries. Despite the promises made, many braceros were exploited, wages were lower than promised, and the working and living conditions were subpar. Though the Mexican and American governments were to ensure the guidelines were adhered to by the U.S. employers, employing adequate labor inspectors was nearly impossible for both governments, and fear of deportation inhibited braceros' complaints. Shortcomings of the program overlooked, the end of World War II saw a revision of the agreement to include only agricultural workers, and it continued until 1964.